From Durban back to Johannesburg we come now, where the Gauteng MEC for Roads and Transport, Jacob Mamabolo, has expressed optimism on the reopening of the Soweto taxi routes and ranks that were closed in March. Soweto rival taxi associations whose routes and ranks were closed after violence erupted will resume operations next week, Tuesday. For more now on this agreement, I have in studio with me now the MEC himself. MEC, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to all the viewers, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much indeed. You've only been in office for 2 weeks, and here we are now. We're talking about an agreement between two rival taxi associations. Take us through the negotiations process and how this was arrived at.
Well, and thanks for the positive feedback. So on the day when we were being sworn in by Judge President Lambo, I was very fortunate that there was a delegation from the taxi association, Santago, that came to congratulate me, and I got a call from NTA as well. But immediately, because I didn't know this association belongs where, so it was clarified they belong to NTA, which is the National Taxi Association. I immediately got in touch with the General Secretary, Tate Alfios Mlalaza, and we then started the conversation. So we have had a series of meetings where basically I was saying to them, one, it doesn't really go well with me that two taxi associations that belongs to one mother body are involved in this type of fights. And that secondly, because they are the leadership of the two taxi associations, wouldn't it be better if they facilitate an agreement, because I was made to understand the nature of the problem. And then I had the opportunity to meet with the two rival taxi associations where we agreed, let's work on a negotiated settlement that comes from yourselves, and if it voluntarily comes from yourselves without government imposing itself on the matter, without we saying this is what we are going to do, it works far much better. And I must say I'm very much pleased and happy that at the end, the two taxi associations came back and said, we have met to have discussions, and we appreciate the opportunity given, and they need to work together.
Yeah, but
and they presented a proposal.
There have been negotiations before MEC.
Yeah.
Were you able to get to the crux of the problem and address it as, moving forward?
So the contents of the agreements go as follows, and that goes to the heart of the matter. What I found very interesting is that, because I needed to understand, this problem apparently has been going on and off for the past almost 20 years. And I needed to understand, why has it been like that? Why have we not solved the problem? And what difference will we bring this time? And one was that they pointed out, and I found this very interesting, that Nandua and Wata, which are the two taxi associations, they say, MEC, when we are given permits to operate on the roads by government, and it gives us, both of us, it means we both have a claim on the road. And so basically saying the way the department manages the issuance of road permits is what has caused the problem, and the absence of government is what has actually been the problem.
All right, so government was at the center of this
according
problem,
to them. And I said to them, I don't have the facts. So for me to get to the truth, I need to investigate the allegation you are making. Whilst I investigate this matter, the people of Soweto, learners, the elderly, people who need transport are stranded. Can we find an agreement and relieve, because this thing takes a bigger part of Soweto? And then we agreed. MEC will investigate, which is what I'm doing. And in the meantime, we have got an agreement that Wata will bring 100 taxis, and Nandua will bring 100. They do what is called 50-50. And the most important thing is that they've said, give us identification stickers, you as the MEC, which we will affix to the cars, and then the 200 taxis will operate on the disputed roads without a problem. So that, for me, it's a unique thing. It comes from them. They've given us authority to monitor, and they've also said 100, and I think that on its own says to me, this is a different arrangement.
It does, but obviously the commuters have suffered before. Yep. They got caught up in between all of this. What safety assurance can you give commuters of that area who are watching this interview?
Yes, so one of the things I said was So we negotiate, we conclude, we sign. But as I announced yesterday, and the taxi associations have also apologized, we said today at 5 o'clock, we have a community meeting. So I asked the officials, and even the taxi leaders, the taxi leaders themselves, the association leaders themselves, let's go to the community of Soweto and hear from the people. We must be able to assure them that this will never happen. This is a genuine, valid, credible, reputable agreement that will stand the test of time. They should be able to ask us questions because together with them, we can be able to make a good way forward. So today we will present our security plan, which will include patrols checking the area. But at my level, with the same leaders, every week we will have a meeting to check. Even if the meeting is 10 minutes. Yeah. Is there any issue? Are there problems? Because they've demonstrated to me that when government leaves them and go away completely,
then the problem starts.
The problem arises.
All right, yes. A very quick one. Your investigations into this matter, as you said, you have started already. How long will the investigation take? We
have agreed on a period of 3 months.
3 months.
We should be able to get to the bottom of that and come with something concrete. Obviously, if we see that, okay, here is progress made, but there are still some issues that need to be clarified. I'm quite sure that the relationship, the spirit of trust we have built, the taxi associations will understand. But in 3 months, because I don't want long, drawn-out, protracted investigations, 3 months we should put something concrete because we're dealing just with the area in Soweto. And it might actually point out to a deeper malaise in the department on the issue of permits. And the recommendations of that will actually help us. And the other thing that I'm already looking at is how to bring advanced technological systems to make sure that we close the loopholes in the system, avoid human interaction interference, and be able to make sure that the system itself can run on its own and give us credibility, assurance that we never have this type of a problem again.
All right, MEC, time constraints, we'll leave it at this, but thank you so much for taking the time to come to our studios this afternoon.
Thanks to you very much.
All right, MEC Jacob Mamabolo, Gauteng MEC for Transport, talking to us about the agreement between his department, Nandue Water, and Gauteng National Taxi Alliance that was signed in front of the Hector Peterson Memorial in Soweto. That is yesterday. This means that from next week, Tuesday, the taxis will operate. Everything will go back to normal in that area.